This time, as we know, we are going through the sermon series, Life in the Spirit. And last week, we shared about this life in the Spirit, solitude and silence. This week, we are looking something else that most of us dread a little bit, about fasting. And what is fasting? That's the question that most of us maybe struggle with when they hear we are going to fast, maybe for something, or maybe when they want to spend time with God. Prayer and fasting has been a tradition of the church for a long time. And this is going without food in order that you can focus on God. There is nothing else. Or maybe you deny yourself something that you can be able to focus on God, that prompts you to focus on God. So the purpose of fasting is to put your focus on God. And this is one of the spiritual disciplines that we find all over in the scriptures, in the Old Testament. And some places we just hear the Bible talks about fasting, but we don't hear the word prayer. But both of them go hand in hand. When they are combined together, when you are praying and fasting and giving your time to God, you achieve what you want. One of the things that we should remember is that fasting is not changing God's mind, because some people think that when they fast, they are going to change God's mind. They are going to tell God what they want and their desires will be answered. But what I have come to understand about fasting, it's about aligning my mind, my will with the will of God. It's putting my focus on God, not on myself. And it is subjecting myself, or maybe forcing my body and my mind and my soul to focus on God. And I need God's wisdom. Whatever I'm praying for, I need God's wisdom. And in the Old Testament, we have several people who fasted. We have Moses, who went for 40 days. We have other people who fasted for a long time. Why? Because they wanted to focus on God. This time, we are going through a very, very interesting text, the book of Esther. And we see Esther calling the people of Israel, especially prompted by Mordecai, to change the attitude of the king where the Jews were about to be killed. And they called the people to fast for 3 days. What does that do? What did they do? Change the attitude of the people. And what Esther needed is the favor of God, of the king. The book of Esther does not mention the name of God anywhere. Even in this fast, it was just a fast. But behind the scene, what we see is the providence of God, what God did through this fasting, that Esther was able to gain favor before the king, and the Israelites or the Jews were spared. So I invite you, friends, this time that we are going through this discipline of fasting and life in spirit, I pray that you can spend some time one day and say, I'm going to take my time and fast. Why? I want to align my mind and my body and my soul, focusing on God alone. Just like Esther and Mordecai and the Jews, they did. What happened? What were the results of putting your body, focusing on God, praying and trusting that God will change the situation in that desperate time? And it's good for you when you fast. It's not just about losing weight. It's not just missing the point. That's missing the point. But it's putting your mind to align with God. So if you can this week, take a little bit of time to pray, fasting, putting your mind there, subjecting your body to focus on God alone. Thank you.